Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Vantage Point. I am your host, Mark Kelley from Kelley Defense and On the Range podcast. Wherever you are, thank you for making us part of your day. We are happy for you to spend your time with us here in the OTR universe. Got a big story. Story started back a few weeks ago, but new information is coming out. I'm going to talk about. It's kind of a sports story. You know how I like the entertainment. Don't worry, I am getting back to you on the cartoon Scooby deal from HBO Max. I want to talk about that. The new Velma, the origin story of Velma. We talked about that. Going to continue watching that. First episode, not good. Not good. But anyway, this is a sports related story about a tragedy that occurred in Tuscaloosa. We're going to talk about it in a second. But first, make sure you go to warhog.com and kellydefense.com. Check out those industry partners. All of our stuff's in there. Sign up for those newsletters. You can listen to the podcast there. You can consume all of our videos there. A lot of links. OTR on demand's there. If you're into the training thing, if you like our training stuff, you like the videos on demand, you like interacting with folks like-minded who are trying to be 1% better every day, then go to Patreon page at patreon.com/on the range podcast. There we have bi-monthly Zoom calls with Rick and I, great exchange of information, international group. We also have webinars that are free included with your tier subscription. If you're a member of the law enforcement community, love the men and women in blue, love to support them. We do a lot of outreach. You know, if you've been on the Patreon page, you know that we do a lot of training outreach. Got some coming up this month. Speaking of training, March 25th and 26th, go to our websites, go to warhog.com, sign up. Pistol on the 25th, rifle on the 26th. That's open enrollment. And we have some law enforcement stuff in the Midwest. So make sure you check out that Patreon page. Yeah, behind the scenes stuff, you have vlogs, a lot of good entertainment, and spend some time with some like-minded folks. This episode is brought to you by the Firearms Training Notebook from Warhog Tactical and Kelley Defense. Available on Amazon. Go check it out. 1% better every day. Great training tool that will level up your training immediately. Be able to see and track progression and plan your next dry fire or live fire session. It's hard to know what you're trying to do if you don't have a plan for it. This will help you develop your plan. This will help you develop your plan. So anyway, let's get back to what I want to talk about. The main focus of this, I want to give you some backstory on the incident. But I'm going to tell you, we've got to do better. We have got to do better at pointing some of this stuff out and holding some type of morality here. We can't sell ourselves up the road. Now, I want to be very clear here. If something's not there and it just looks bad, we got to back that person too. We have to back that person too. However, there are some things here. And look, guys, having been in this world of criminal activity, criminal prosecutions, criminal investigations, that kind of thing, I know we don't have all of the information. I know that. And I want to be fair to everybody here. However, the stuff that was released, there better be some damn good reason why something other than what they're doing hasn't been done. What I'm talking about is the tragic incident that occurred in Tuscaloosa, Alabama, where a young woman, a mother of a 5-year-old, was shot and killed on a street corner in Tuscaloosa. Someone from the Alabama Crimson Tide basketball team was arrested. Darius Miles was arrested for this, as well as Michael Davis. They were arrested, and they were eventually charged with capital murder in this death of this young woman. But I want to talk about the superstar, Brandon Miller. What I have up here is a sports article from Jake Crane from Daily Wire. They have a sports show. He's in it. Very good. Go check him out, dailywire.com. But what I want to focus on is not that Darius Miles and Michael Davis were involved in this particular incident. I want to talk about what preceded this. At some point, the superstar Brandon Miller was contacted by Darius Miles and was asked to bring a firearm to him where he was. And not long after that, after Brandon Miller delivered a firearm to Darius Miles, a shooting occurred and a young woman was killed. Innocent person was killed. Now, what we're talking about is Brandon Miller still playing. Brandon Miller is still playing. The Tuscaloosa chief deputy, this article says, district attorney who graduated by the University of Alabama's law school. And now, hey, come on, guys. I know what it looks like. That's not good. That's not a good look. Now, to be fair to this guy, like I said, I don't have all the information. We can't have all the information about this investigation. We can't. It's too early. However, he says there's nothing to charge him with. So let's take a step back here. So you're telling me that if someone calls me and asks me to bring a loaded firearm to them, and shortly thereafter they commit a crime where someone loses their life, that I'm not an accessory before the fact? If someone gives me a gun after they kill someone and I get rid of the gun, am I an accessory after the fact? You're telling me they don't have anything like that in the state of Alabama? I find that hard to believe. I am going to do some research on that. I'm not a lawyer, but I've been involved in law enforcement for a long time. Never heard that. Because here's the reason why they have those laws in place. All this young man had to do was anything other than what he did. Any other decision than bringing the firearm to someone who said that someone just threatened me, I need a gun. Any other action, this person would be alive. This innocent person would be alive. Just not doing it, not answering, showing up, trying to pick him up, bring him with him. Hey, just come with me. Any other decision would have saved this person's life, but he didn't do it. He didn't do it. He brought gasoline to a fire, friends. And you're trying to tell me that he's not responsible for making that fire erupt into an inferno? I disagree. Now, there's some legality there that I may not understand. Here's another problem. He's playing still. So this young man didn't even violate any code of conduct. He didn't even violate any code of conduct. Nothing. Getting up in the middle of the night, driving a loaded firearm to a ruckus. Delivering the instrument of death in this case. Not even a violation of code of conduct. He's still playing. The athletic director, Alabama's president, the Alabama basketball coach, none of them have a problem with this? None of them? I do. Tell me what you think, friends. Leave me a comment below. Tell me what you think. I think his response was, Nate Oates is his name, the Alabama basketball coach. You can't control what kids do outside of practice. But I guess what you can do, Nate, is you can suspend them. You can kick them off your team. You can not let them play the rest of the year. You can do something. You can do something. I can't imagine that all the alumni are happy about this. Can't be. Anybody who is 100% defending. Now, you can sit there and make the argument, hey, we don't have all the facts. I agree. If you're the district attorney in this case and you are a graduate of Alabama basketball, you need to have someone else look at it. Not necessarily change the venue, but get somebody else to take a look at it. Shutting the door on this, being an alumnus, not a good look. Remove yourself. I'm not saying he's not using his expert legal opinion without bias, but it doesn't matter what he's doing. It matters how it looks. Like I said, any other decision that night by Brandon Miller would have resulted in this person's life being saved. He did the exact opposite. I can't believe they don't have any accessory before the fact or after the fact. I can't believe it. I don't believe it. I'm going to look it up and I'll report again. But we got to do better. Anybody defending this, let's say the facts are what they are because they said it. The district attorney of Tuscaloosa, they said it. This is coming from the police. This isn't coming from, and the prosecutors, this isn't coming from social media. This is coming from their own mouths. These are the facts. Nobody at Alabama is okay with this. If you defend that, let's say there's nothing on the books. Let's say there's nothing on the books that makes this a criminal act, which I find it hard to believe. But for argument's sake, you're okay with that? You're going to defend that? Well, it's not against the law. Really? Really? Alabama fans, I know this isn't easy for you. I can't imagine that it is. But if you're defending this action that resulted in a senseless death of a young woman, leaving a 5-year-old child without their parent, if you're defending this, that's a disgrace. I think the president of Alabama, the athletic director, and the coach, they're acting disgraceful. This is embarrassing. Where are the alumnus? I would love to hear what you're saying. They can't be happy. They can't be happy about this. They're just going to keep their mouth shut. You love your school and your sports teams that much that you just throw away all your morality. I don't believe that all of them do. And those who do, it's a disgrace. They're being disgraceful. This is unacceptable to allow this without some kind of response other than, well, you can't control everybody. Can't control everybody. Wrong place, wrong time. Yeah. That's terrible. Terrible. Anyway, make sure you go to warhog.com. You go to kellyfence.com. Make sure you go to our training calendars. Make sure you check out our industry partners. Also go to patreon.com/On the Range podcast. Sign up, all kinds of tiers, Zoom calls with Rick and I, training videos, always being updated. Plus you have early access to training notices, promo codes. Also, make sure you check out the Firearms Training Notebook, 1% better every day. Go to the website. You can get a signed copy or go to amazon.com and check it out. Make sure you subscribe, hit the notification bells, follow, do all that good stuff with all the channels, all the ways that we broadcast and put out content, and all the ways that you consume content. Make sure you subscribe, and do us a favor. Make sure you like and follow and share all these audio and video episodes. Be safe. Have a great week, guys.